All right, we are rocking and rolling at the KCK Police Department here on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM, streaming on the KCMO Talk Radio app. Happy to welcome on and say hello to Detective Cameron Morgan. And before we get to his nearly 15-year career with the KCK Police Department, Cameron used to be on 95.7 FM doing a little DJing back in the heyday. Is that right?
Yeah. When I was a young man, much younger than I am now, I was there at 95.7 The Vibe.
Yes.
As a morning show co-host.
Yeah. How about that? So this is, of course, we flipped to 95.7 about 7-8 months ago now. So you were involved with a morning show when this was a top 40 station called Shorty and the Boys.
That's right.
So you worked in radio here on 95.7 for, 3 years or so?
Well, yeah. I was I started as an intern and kind of worked my way up there at the Vibe, and I loved it. It was a great time there. Loved working for Cumulus. It was an awesome station, an awesome time in my life.
Well, hey, if they blow me out of here, I may join you and get into this line of work.
There is life after radio. I promise. I promise that.
Don't tell John Anthony that. He tells me that this is the only thing I'm allowed to do. As a 35-year radio guy. Well, you're doing great work here with the KCK Police Department, and I know technology, obviously. We've talked with a lot of the guests this morning about how technology has impacted policing. You play a big role in that here in KCK. How have you seen things change, technologically speaking, over your 15 years, and what does it look like now in terms of helping you guys with the department?
Well, when Chief Oakman came into the department, we were pretty up on technology.
Yeah.
But he made it a point to really push that forward. He was really aggressive with the type of technology we would use to try to push the department forward. So that's when he created the real-time crime center, real-time intelligence crime center. That's what I work in, where we pretty much it's the intersection of intelligence and the technology that we use in order to be proactive to fight crime.
So what is, when you're talking about cameras in particular, right? Like you guys have public cameras around the city, but then there's also businesses that have their own cameras. What does that look like in terms of how you can utilize those more so on the private side to help you guys solve crimes in this town?
So the cameras, we obviously have access to the public cameras, like the traffic cameras, the station or government building cameras. We have access to that. But the community can also register their cameras with us. It doesn't give us access to view your cameras at home, but you can tell us, I have cameras, this is my address, call me if you need me, if you need us to look at your cameras. It makes that process so much smoother than us physically walking down the street, knocking on doors, trying to get a hold of somebody when they're not at home, and they're at work. So it has made our investigative part of our job extremely easier, in my opinion.
So are these businesses that have cameras, or could these be people at home with Ring doorbells?
So we have two programs. The KCK Connect is, if you have a Ring doorbell, you can log on to our website, kckpd.org, and you can register your camera to let us know that you have cameras at home. Now, if you're a business, we actually have a program where we could come out there, we can hook up a box to your business, and it would feed your camera feed into our real-time crime center in real time. So if you're a gas station, you're getting robbed, we could log on and watch it in real time and then relay that information to officers as they're responding to your business.
I mean, I know some people may have problems and say, well, I don't want Big Brother watching me. But to me, if I own a business and I'm in a place where there's even a chance of crime, I want you guys to have access to that. Is that what you're kind of getting the feedback on?
Yeah, it's not really a Big Brother type situation where we're just monitoring all the time.
Yeah, I mean, guys just sitting around looking at, at cameras for fun. I mean, this is to solve crimes.
We have hundreds and hundreds of cameras in our system. We just don't have the manpower to watch them all. Really how it works is if a crime occurs, we had an incident where there was a carjacking. The suspect flees to the west side of our city. Our officers are looking all over for this guy. We have no clue where he's at other than he's in the west side of the city. Well, then we're able to log into the cameras and see that he was actually at a business, And we just relayed that information to the officers that he's at this business, and the officers were able to divert their attention to the target area, and they ended up apprehending the suspect. So that's how we use it, is when something happens at your business or a threat is coming to your business, that's when we log in, that's when we watch it.
And it saves you guys time having to go out there, ask the business owner, can we access your cameras? How do we go about doing that? Log in information. You've got all that already on file, basically.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a partnership with the business, and they only provide the cameras that they want to provide.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have access to their entire system. They can just say, hey, I only want you to have our front door. That's fine. We'll take your front door, and then we can ingest that video stream right into our giant network so that we can watch it, alongside of all of our cameras.
So that's been a big initiative here for, the last couple of years at least?
Oh, yeah. That's something that they've been working on for a long time, and we just started getting really, getting our feet dirty with all of this technology. So it's been exciting to be a part of, for sure.
That's great. We're being joined by Detective Cameron Morgan here on KCMO Talk Radio, live at the KCK Police Department. So the Real-Time Intelligence Crime Center, is this part of that, what we're talking about here, and what else does it include then?
So the Real-Time Intelligent Crime Center, that's where all the technology, all the video feeds come into this Real-Time Crime Center. Mm-hmm. And then we have intel analysts that are working there as well. So they're the ones that are doing any research, background checks on suspects or potential suspects. We also have access to those cameras. We also have, we do the cell phone forensics in this unit, and then we do video forensic analysis in this unit. So we're a collaboration of a bunch of individuals that can say, hey, we got this suspect, we have this cell phone, we got him on a traffic camera, we can collaborate and, trade resources. We also have federal partners that we work with as well that we're able to get some of the time-consuming work done a lot quicker than the old-school method where detectives are sitting in their office trying to figure out, they're not cell phone technicians.
Where do you start?
They don't have the training and knowledge of some of this stuff, but in our office, we have all the expertise kind of in the same room so that we can really be aggressive in capturing criminals.
How have you noticed that having this technological advantage is not just helping you guys solve crime, but also efficiency-wise, I got to imagine that it helps expedite the process too?
Absolutely. When a homicide occurs, when we get the phone call and they say, hey, there's a shooting at this location, we don't even know if it's a homicide yet. We just know there is a shooting. Our intel analysts are immediately hopping on the computers. They're reviewing the cameras in the area immediately. So if there's a vehicle fleeing, we may not even know the suspect vehicle or anything. We just look on the cameras and say, well, this one's driving fast out of the area. Let's get the tag. Maybe it's something important. They're immediately jumping on that. So the investigative work really starts immediately as soon as the crime occurs. So, it just streamlines everything.
Wow. Do you miss radio?
I do miss radio. I obviously miss the personalities, and I miss the community relationship, but I still get to live it out here. It's just a different form.
No, that's exactly right. And listen, you're doing very important work here. It's Cameron Lamb, detective with the KCK Police Department on KCMO Talk Radio. We appreciate you, Cameron. Thank you for doing this, and keep up the great work.
Thank you, guys.
All right, well done there. Cameron Morgan on 95.7 FM, KCMO Talk Radio, streaming on the KCMO Talk Radio app.